Budweiser is in the news, and I want to share my thoughts on the topic. As I'm sure you're aware, they've put out an ad campaign that did not resonate with their customer base, and because of that, they're seeing a decline in sales. A lot of people ask, what were they thinking? It seems pretty obvious that if you antagonize your customer base, it's going to negatively impact sales. And the management of Budweiser are smart people, so I'm sure that they were aware of the potential impact of this recent ad campaign. I think some people are surprised because they don't think of the two economies, and not all economies are about money. So I'd like to tell you a true story. I had a friend who worked for an advertising company, and she was an art director and really good at designing advertising campaigns. Her media company got a contract from a medium-sized business to do an ad campaign. The ad campaign went really well. She was proud of the work, and the people of the company were very happy with the results as well. They worked on this campaign for some time and came up with an ad design that looked really good. During one of the final sign-off meetings, an old lady walked in. The tension in the room could be felt because she had a reputation. She was from the family that owned the company that owned this company. When she saw the media campaign, she said, "I don't like it." When she was asked, "What is it that you don't like?" she replied, "I don't like it. I don't like the colors. I don't like the letters." "You mean the fonts?" "Yeah, the letters, the style, the whole thing. I don't like it. I need you to change this and that and everything." She picked some horrible colors and fonts and layout, and in short order destroyed the ad campaign. When she was told respectfully that her changes would likely not result in sales success, she did not care. She didn't care if the media campaign was fiscally successful or not. She really didn't care if it caused hardship to the business. She didn't care if it wasn't profitable. She just wanted to exercise her power and make it her way. It's her company, and she can do as she wishes. If her livelihood depended upon this company, she probably wouldn't make these decisions. But her family has lots of money and owns multiple companies, and the success or failure of this one business unit doesn't really matter that much to her. She'll personally be fine no matter what. She didn't care if it possibly hurts the people who depended upon that company for their livelihood. So why do we see these big companies making unprofitable decisions? It's probably because those big companies are working in the other economy. Not the economy of money, but the economy of power and influence. If you have more money than you could ever need, you're probably not very concerned about making more money. At that point, you're interested in how much you can exercise power, how you can spread influence, how you can make a mark in the world. So the people who are behind the Budweiser ad campaign are unlikely to be the good people at Budweiser, the people who are brewing and bottling and moving the beer. It's unlikely to be most of the management as well, since all of these people are dependent upon the success of the company. Most likely, it is the shareholders of the parent company. There is a block of powerful shareholders who are invested in almost every major corporation, and they have placed great emphasis on corporate social involvement. This is why we've seen so many major companies address social issues that really are not directly connected with their products, often doing so at the expense of sales. Boycotts in this case are likely to be ineffective, since these stakeholders have so much money they really don't care about making more money, or if they lose some money. A loss of sales could hurt the good people who work for these large corporations, and that's unfair and unfortunate. These elite shareholders are using large brands to promote social issues and are unconcerned about customer backlash. So the issue is larger than just Budweiser or Anheuser-Busch or InBev. It's an issue with nearly all of the major corporations that are influenced by huge financial investment firms, such as BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street, Bank of America, and so on. Investment firms that have many billions of capital, more capital than many small nations. Enough capital that money almost no longer really matters to them. Boycotts probably won't really make these folks change course. So what can we do? Should you buy Budweiser or not? Well, it's up to you. This is an opportunity where we are reminded to live with intention. For me, I think that there are more interesting things to invest my energy into than Bud. So that's the choice I pursue. Usually the best way to truly win a fight is to simply refuse to engage. Deny it your energy and attention. Instead of opposing big businesses that are pushing ideologies, I'd suggest pivoting towards supporting businesses that are a little closer to home. If we all just made a decision to do at least 20% of our purchasing with our hometown neighbors, a difference would be made. Be mindful of who you are supporting. When you spend, you make a choice, and you can choose to build your hometown. Feed what you want to grow. Our communities are the very foundation of our lives. They are where we grow up, where we form our closest friendships, and where we make memories that last a lifetime. But these days, it seems like the value of hometown communities is being forgotten. We live in a world where big corporations are taking over and pushing small, locally owned businesses out of the picture. We're all guilty of it. We shop at big box stores and order from global corporations online. But what about the local mom and pop shops that are struggling to make ends meet? What about the restaurants that have been in our towns for generations? What about the small business owners who are pouring their heart and soul into their craft? These businesses aren't just places to shop or eat. They're the lifeblood of our communities. When we support them, we are not just helping them stay afloat, we are helping our towns thrive. We're helping to keep our downtowns alive and bustling. We're helping to create jobs for our neighbors and friends, and we're helping to keep our local communities strong. When we support local businesses, we're not just putting money in their pockets, we're investing in our communities. We're investing in the people who make our towns unique and special. We're investing in the things that make our hometowns feel like home. So the next time you need something, whether it's a new pair of shoes or a place to grab dinner, I urge you to think local first. Think about the small businesses in your community that could use your support. Think about the people who have poured their heart and soul into their business and are working hard every day to make a living. Think about the value of hometown communities and how supporting local businesses can help keep them alive. Let's not forget the priceless value of our hometown community and the importance of supporting local businesses. Let's work together to keep our towns thriving and our local economies strong. Let's make sure that the places that we call home are thriving, lively, and full of opportunity for generations to come. It begins at home, with ourselves. Strong families build strong community. Strong communities make good cities. Good cities create strong nations. We can buy back and build back our community together, one purchase at a time. If you agree with this message, please pass it on. Thank you for watching this episode, and a special thanks to all of you who have chosen to subscribe.